10 Cabinet Secretaries are in office illegally. A high court in Nairobi has ruled. Judge Anthony Mrima, in his ruling, stated that the CSs who continued serving the first term and went on to serve in the second term without vetting should not be in their current offices. The court, in its landmark ruling, said that the appointment of all chief administrative secretaries is also unconstitutional, as the process was not competitive and not subjected to public participation. Let's get more details now from Elfas Lagat.
When President Uhuru Kenyatta returns from his 3-day visit to the Democratic Republic of Congo, he will be facing an uphill task of potentially reorganizing his cabinet following a court order that declared 10 cabinet secretaries he retained from his first term and 41 chief administrative secretaries he appointed as being in office illegally. The ruling made by High Court Judge Anthony Mrima says the CSs in question continued to serve in the cabinet from the first term of President Uhuru Kenyatta and transited to serve after his re-election without going through the required vetting process that by law requires public participation. Among the CSs affected by the court's pronouncement is Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i, Rachel Omamo, who served as Defense CS and now is in charge of Foreign Affairs, Cecily Kariuki, who served in health and now moved to water, Ambassador Amina Mohammed, who was moved from education to sports, Najib Balala, CS Tourism, ICT's Joe Musheru, Transport CS James Masharia, Energy CS Charles Keter, Devolution CS Eugene Wamalwa, and East Africa Community Aidan Mohammed. A reference in part to the court ruling reads, quote, "This court now finds that a CS who serves in the first term of the president, which the president is re-elected for a second term, must be approved by the National Assembly so as to continue to serve as a CS in the second term of the president." End of quote. At the same time, High Court Judge Anthony Mrima ruled that the appointment of 41 chief administrative secretaries is unconstitutional. The court stating that handpicking of chief administrative secretaries without public participation, a competitive vetting process, is unconstitutional in essence, implying that the current office is null and void. The High Court has, however, suspended the execution of this ruling during this period that the country is fighting the coronavirus pandemic. Elfas Lagat, Citizen TV, Nairobi.